my name's Corné. I'm a skateboarder from the Netherlands and I've been skating for a rough 10 years now. Back in the days when I started skateboarding with me and my friends, we wanted to find good decks and we wanted to find a little bit cheaper decks. We were still young and we started buying local blank decks at a company in the Netherlands, which resulted in ourselves painting onto the skateboards, which had some quite funny results. You can see this as the beginning of everything. It's terrible, but it made a lot of good stuff happen, and that's why we're here. So we fast forward like 5 or 6 blank skateboards, and that's when something clicked in my head. I realized that my father had been running a printing company for almost 10 years at that point, and I thought it should definitely be doable to get our own designs printed onto a blank skateboard. So that's what we started to try. And that looked somewhat like this. So this is one of the first skateboards we did. If you can tell on the camera, it's not wearing down the way it's supposed to be, and that has one big reason. It's not the perfect printing method for a skateboard. So that's where the journey starts, to find perfection and to find the abilities and the materials we need to start using the heat transfer printing method, which is the industry standard, well, for like 20 years now. And it was a big journey to get there. So during these times, when we were doing the first developments, we were doing our first experiments and we had our first results, it was still just a hobby project. I didn't put a lot of time in it, maybe 6 hours a week. I was still studying to become a teacher in gymnastics, in physical education, and I really wanted to finish the study first before making a decision what I wanted to do in life. And then by the end of my study, I had to make a decision. Will I focus on teaching children how to do sports, or will I focus on growing my business and making a dream come true? I chose the second option, and if I look back now, we're 7 years in, that's definitely a great decision that I made. One thing that makes our company really unique is that we have been able, from the beginning, to print designs, one of a kind, onto a skateboard. Mostly, when you go to a factory, you will need to get at least 50 boards with the same design, sometimes even 100 or even more. But we were really focusing on the individual who wanted to have their own artwork printed onto their skateboard. Actually, that's the concept since day one. Since when I started making this, I wanted to have my own design, and that's what brought everything to life. I would say that the fact that we are able to produce skateboards, one of a kind, really makes us stand out from a bunch of the other skateboard-related companies there are. And well, I think it's just amazing that we are able to offer this service and that we have been able to offer this service for 7 years now. Right now it's 2023, and by the beginning of this year, something amazing happened. Due to all the developments and the organic growth of our company, we were able to go independent. Where Customdecks, for the first years, grew under the wings of Fotogeschenk, my father's company, we are going independent right now. So that means I will work full-time for Customdecks, which is amazing. It also means we will grow our team, we will grow our business plans, we will keep on developing our products, and we will team up with amazing skateboarders. So we've been looking around, we met a bunch of people, and then our eyes fell on a person who couldn't be missed because he's a very prominent figure in skateboarding, especially in the European skateboarding scene. He's known for his consistency, he won multiple Dutch championships. Well, I guess that you already know who I'm talking about. It is obviously Douwe Macare. I'm super excited to welcome Douwe to the team, and Douwe will help us push the progress of Customdecks, but also push the progress of your own skateboard experience.
Hello, my name is Douwe Macare. I'm 31 years old and I've been skating for over 18 years maybe. And I'm setting up a new board. A big golden question mark board. Because I'm trying out shapes, this is one of my favorite shapes. And I switched board sponsors. I mean, it was time for a change. The new place is called Customdecks, so that's where my new adventure starts. The idea why I chose Customdecks is because I met Corné a bunch of times, and we had some good conversations about skateboarding and about the whole idea of living of skateboarding. We talked about a bunch of things like working out besides skateboarding and all these things, and then eventually after some time I organized my own, how do you call it, like seminar. So the seminar was because I wanted to, how do you say, inform people about training besides your skateboarding. And I actually invited him, and he took along Martijn. We had like a dinner meeting, it was really nice. And then he told me about all the ideas that Customdecks has planned for the future. And that seems really interesting to me. So that's why I chose Customdecks. What I'm trying to accomplish with this collaboration is that we can do a lot for the upcoming future of skateboarding, that we can build a community, that we can give the kids and also adults a place for to get their boards from, and also provide them with a platform where they can do, I mean, trick challenges, where they can do all kinds of I mean, we have to think about all the other ideas, but we have so many ideas. Customdecks gives me a platform to actually make these ideas a reality, which I really like. So I try to achieve, I mean, giving back to skateboarding, so to speak. I mean, when I see kids skating in parks, I can kind of see a mirror of myself, but then like 15 years ago. So I remember the pro skaters that I looked up to when I was younger. They would never come up to me and say like, hey, how are you? Or like, they wouldn't even be like open at all. They would just be focused and completely, I mean, that's my experience with the pro skaters that I've seen skating. Like, they were in their own mind, they were really focused on doing their tricks and not really open to talk or to actually shake hands even. So I feel like it would be really nice to have Customdecks and also me to make that gap a little smaller and to be a little bit more open to the people. I mean, the cool thing working together with Customdecks is that I can think of any print that I can think of, and I can actually skate my favorite picture. So I have many ideas, but the first idea that I'm trying to make a reality is skating on the old, how do you say, iconic paintings of Dutch painters. And I think this is something that comes along with skateboarding really nicely, because skateboarding for me and for many people, it's an art. And for them, for Van Gogh or for all the other artists, they were making art in their own way too. So I think that's really cool. And since Customdecks is from the Netherlands, they are from the Netherlands, so that also comes along nicely. But the thing that I was missing at my old sponsor was that I could choose my own shape, but it was never the perfect shape that I wanted to. So this is something that I find even more important, that I can find my own perfect shape and I can adjust where I want and they can actually make it for you. That's really nice. So this is something that was already a deal breaker for me. Skateboarding and artists are kind of, I mean, they're really similar and they're doing the same thing but completely different. I mean, our office is the skate park and their office is their gallery, and they can be working on, their artists can be working on paintings for maybe months or even a year, and we as a skater do the same, but then with tricks. I mean, it's really normal still to this day to sit on a trick for maybe, even I can sit on a trick in my mind for maybe days or months, and then suddenly I come to the skate park and I actually started to try it, and it can take, I mean, sometimes it can take up to like months to even do it. So that's whenever you finally land it, it feels like you just painted your own picture. It's really nice. Yeah. Switch flip into like a grind or a slide. I can't pinpoint where exactly my ultimate trick challenge is, but switch flip something like switch flip into a slide or grind would be cool. But I'm not practicing it that much because I know it's going to be a battle. but something along those lines. Yeah.
A few moments later.
So it took a while, but I finally assembled my board. And I think it's ready for a roll now, so I leave you guys alone and see you later.
Why Douwe fits our company has to do with my background in physical education and the vision I developed during these times. When Douwe enters a skate park, there are a lot of kids that are very hyped to see him and they want to tell him about the new tricks they learned, or they want to ask him, how do I learn this trick, or how do you do that trick? And one thing that I noticed when I see Douwe entering a skate park over the last few years is that when he comes in, he's always enthusiastic. He always wants to make time for the kids, to listen to their questions and to give them the tips they need. The reason he does this, I believe, is because he just wants to spread the joy of skateboarding. He wants to spread the knowledge he has, and it makes sense for us to give him the platform to be able to share all of his knowledge, his tips, his hype for skateboarding on a new way, in a way that benefits us, it benefits himself, but most important, it will benefit our community, our customers, the people we work with, the skateboarders that support us. And that's why we went for Douwe as a teammate. We covered a lot of stuff in this video. We didn't cover everything. There are still some questions remaining. That's why I brought this board. You've seen this board around on our socials. You've seen Douwe skate on it. But in the near future, all the remaining questions will be answered. So stay tuned. I hope we'll stay in touch and have a great one.